one of the people who really goes hard against Islam and uses the most vile language to insult the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and to call Islam a pedo religion is Destiny, the omni-liberal. This is his Twitter. And what's interesting is his hypocrisy, because he claims to have such a big problem with the idea that in Islam you can marry a minor, and this is practiced throughout the Muslim world, is practiced throughout every culture actually, and it was practiced in the West as well. And that history, you know, we've pointed out so many times over and over. But the hypocrisy, look at this. Okay, there's this Twitter account, Mr. Girl Returns, another person I debated actually, and he says, poll for women, at what age did men start ogling you and flirting with you? And there's like options are 11 to 12, 13 to 14, 15 through 16. So then one girl says 10. She says men started flirting with her and ogling her at age 10. Then Destiny comes in and he says, you were hot at 10? Any pics? He wants pics. He wants pictures of the hot 10-year-old. That's not even a teenager. Wow. You know, that's some interesting predilections that Destiny has. And again, he has no issue like posting this publicly on Twitter. You might be like, oh, he was just joking, you know, this is just a joke. He doesn't really have any kind of attraction to 10-year-olds. You know, it's just tongue in cheek. But no, then there's a response. So she responds, check your DMs. So apparently she sent pictures. And then what does Destiny say? What does the hero of the liberals say? The hero of the Zionists who goes and debates with Norman Finkelstein, and he's on all these programs on Piers Morgan. He's debating the Palestinian issue, and he says that he wants all Palestine to be wiped out in that infamous statement that he made. Well, he made another infamous statement about this 10-year-old, or pictures of a 10-year-old at least. He says, Jesus, I've never wanted to bend someone over the hood of their little tykes so bad. So little tykes is like a child's toy, like one of these little plastic carts that a toddler sits in, and you pedals with his feet or her feet. So he wants to bend the 10-year-old over the little tyke. So is this humor? This is supposed to be funny? Is it? I'm really asking for the Destiny fans, and strangely, there are so many of them. What do you have to say to this? What do you have to say to this kind of joking? It's hilarious, right? But, oh, you have such a big problem with Islam. Oh, Islam is a creep religion, is a pedo religion, right? Yeah, in Islam, we don't say you can bend over little children whenever you want. That's not what Islam says. Islam is about marriage. It's about the wholesome institution of marriage. So this is, but then there's more. There's a lot more from the hero of the left, Destiny.
And again, like, some of it, I guess, sounds uncomfortable to some people. Like, if you're being real, like a 21-year-old, 22-year-old, like, there's some 15, 16-year-old chicks that like look pretty hot. Like, I can't help that. Like, some people mature older.
What about child porn?
So
that's kind of a different.
15-year-olds, some of them are really hot, according to Destiny. Some 15-year-olds just mature at different rates. 15-year-old can be quite hot, expletive hot, right? So, straight from the horse's mouth. That makes him a pedophile, right? Pretty sure, and I don't think he was joking. I think the context, he sounds pretty serious to me.
That, like, some people mature older.
What about child porn?
That's kind
Right now, he's being asked about child pornography. What does he say about CP?
of a different thing. There's like moral versus pragmatic sides of that. I've seen a little bit of evidence on the pragmatic side, and it seems like an okay thing. I probably shouldn't say that, or it sounds.
It's an okay thing. CP is an okay thing. So remember, Islam is the pedo religion. Islam is the weird religion, but the liberalism and secularism and left-wing values that Destiny represents, that's the voice of reason in this dark world that we live in. That the feminist, bisexual Destiny who swings both ways and find certain 10-year-olds really hot enough to rape. This is the voice of reason who's going and having all these debates and is being promoted, by the Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire, sitting across from Jordan Peterson. Like, these comments don't prevent Destiny from having those kinds of high-profile engagements with the likes of Ben Shapiro, with the likes of Piers Morgan, having like this kind of YouTube channel that's being promoted and in this partner program with YouTube. He doesn't lose monetization. He doesn't get canceled. Why is that? And the kind of thing that he's saying, like, it's not even, it's just in your face. He's like, yeah, effing hot 15-year-old. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna bend over that 10-year-old. Oh, CP, no, I think that's okay. I think there's no problem with CP.
From what I've read, apparently.
From what I've read, is that Wikipedia? From what I've read,
Men that are given access to child pornography have a higher chance of not actually committing pedophilic actions in real life.
From what I've read, or from what you've seen, from your DMs, right? Those hot 10-year-olds in your DMs. It's not just what you've read, it's what you've seen.
And I would argue that that would be a moral good, that if you can prevent people from acting on those urges, that's something that should be explored for.
Oh, something that should be explored, you know, giving people CP should be explored. Get on that, Biden. Or if Biden is not going to be in office, get on that, Kamala. You know, we got a pedo problem. Got to address it with some CP. Send the CP all over the country. That's what Destiny thinks.
Wow, cool.
So this is the other irony of Destiny. Like, he's such a scumbag. Every now and then goes on these rants against Islam, against the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Look at when, you know, he's not talking to Muslims, but he's just talking about Islam. Look at what he says.
For the Muhammad stuff, or thanks, I appreciate it. Sorry, that sounded really sarcastic. I didn't mean it sorry. The Muhammad stuff is like really weird. I know that people like to rag on Islam. There's a lot of good reasons to on a lot of religions, Islam included. The Muhammad stuff is really weird. I'm not comfortable. I don't think it's intelligent to judge past people based on current morals. I don't know if Muhammad's wife was like 9 or 12. I know it was some really early age that everybody likes to look at and say it's. But even in the U.S., like even like 50 or 60 years ago, like 14-year-olds and getting married off to like adult men and whatnot. So I mean, we don't have to go that far back into our own history to see that like people pretty much by like 12 or 13 are ready to start pumping out kids, and we would do that in the day. So.
Wow, so a very nuanced take from Destiny. That's quite interesting to hear Destiny talk like this about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he's saying even in our own history, we have this. I got news for you, Destiny. It's not just your history. It's your present. In your present, you have this. It's rampant. It's rampant. What's rampant? This childhood sexuality, childhood sexual practice, the sexualization of children, the sexualization of minors. This is your present. It's not your past. It's not your history. Yeah, your history, yeah. If you go far back, maybe your grandmother or your great-grandmother was married off when she was just 12 years old or 13 years old. Does that mean your whole family tree is full of pedos? Okay, if that's what you want to claim about Islam, if that's what you want to claim about what the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did, okay, well, your whole family tree is full of pedos then, in the same light as the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.